Yo, 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 I've just realized something very interesting, which is that the Duran achievement was not properly fixed in update 1.8. Before update 1.8, what you needed was the entirety of the Punjab state, included now Pahari Punjab, which is partially owned by the East India Company. So you had to defeat the East India Company in order to get the achievement. Now you do not need to defeat the East India Company to get this very good achievement, so it's way easier. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna start out here with a quick little research on stock exchange, followed by colonization, and then atmospheric engine. We're also gonna do a good old promote social mobility, road maintenance, and encourage agriculture industry. I guess we will start out with. Now we're gonna start out with a good old war against Kandahar to conquer northern Baluchistan, along with Kandahar and Kandahari Hazaristan and Kandahari. What I think we might want to go for? Yeah, we've got enough maneuvers, I believe. Should be able to go for that. Then let's go ahead and put our troops on the front and add in some conscription. I'm also just going to quickly raise military wages here. I think we can call in Persia for return state Kandahari Bomber. Now with Persia in the war, this should be a pretty free win. We're going to put our troops on only Haredi armies borrow so that we don't waste our manpower. We just leave it all up to the Persians so that we can be strong when we invade Kabul. Of course, with Persia's help, this war is pretty trivial, so we are just going to get a free win on Kandahar in just 1 second. Yep, there we go. Now we can get ready for a war against Kabul. Now we're going to try to prepare for our next war by starting to incorporate some states here and also trying to get some promote social mobility to hopefully make these troops not have zero manpower eventually. I'm also going to start improving relations with Persia because we don't want to have to deal with them very much. They're going to be a big problem. Oh, I forgot we're going to do corn laws for a little bit of a help. Let's see if we can even do that. Looks like we are too big for corn laws at this point. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I'm starting to realize going for those techs is probably unnecessary, and I think we should just rush line infantry and stuff, because I think this actually is probably not going to be that long of a game. I've built an artillery foundry, so now we're building artillery units in order to try and get some better stats for our army. Oh, we're out of qualifications. I hate this. I hate qualies. They're so bad. No. We hate qualies so much. It's so bad. Afghanistan is the worst literacy ever, except for the places with worse literacy, which are basically nowhere. It's like Karagwe and stuff with the 1% literacy. Mostly, this is like one of the worst areas for literacy in the world. It's so bad. 0 officer qualies per month? What? After a bit of thinking, I've come up with a solution. It's not a great solution, but if you just delete the irregulars, it will actually move over the manpower to cannon artillery, which is certainly one of the solutions of all time. This is Connor from the future here to say that I didn't realize it at the time, but the reason that Persia isn't going to join me in the war against Kabul I'm about to start is because I accidentally have the game on lenient AI behavior towards players and low AI aggression. It is time for the Great War against Kabul, except we're not even actually going to get Kabul in the war because we are getting scammed. It's just how it be, you know, we don't actually get to have Kabul because we're just not cool enough for that. Instead, we get worse things, such as Kundas joining us in the war. We're going to delete 1 irregular, delete 1 hussar. Now we've got 5 cannon artillery, which gives us much better stats. And now Kundas, if we look in the list here, for Kundas, should hopefully be willing to side with us for Kabulistan. Give them a second to change. No, they wanted to do it for a second. What happened? No, how dare they scam me like this? How could you? Come on, just, yes, okay. Big nice. Now let's add our other war goals, and with Kundas on our side, I think we should be able to win unless I am simply crazy. Let's go ahead and do all you guys on defense and put you on attack since you have the cannon artillery. The war begun. Here we go. It looks like we're having some pretty nice pushes so far. Let's go take a look at our generals. Make sure there's no one with too bad of traits here. gonna ruin our day. Is pillager actually a good offensive thing for winning battles? Let's see. 20% morale damage and 30% kill rate is actually pretty insane, so we're gonna turn that on. Surveyor is not too great, but it's not too bad. So let's do that, and we should be good. The Okay, we've got a 70 advantage. Okay, yeah, this is going pretty nicely for us. Okay, the advantage has dropped to about 40, but we should still be pretty golden given that we're already this far. Yep, there goes their capital, which should be basically meaning it is over for them. And Kabul should be capitulating. Yep, there they go. So now we just have to fight Kunduz and stuff. Speaking of fighting Kunduz, it's time to invade Kunduz. In fact, they've got a 44% chance of simply accepting, but they don't. Okay. So you get full annexed. Okay. Easy kill. It had to be done, Kunduz. You didn't have to do this to yourself, but you did, so you're being annexed now. We can petition Great Britain for aid. We will do that. Seems pretty nice. Great Britain rejects our request for support, unfortunately. Oh, that war was super fast. Makes sense. The front was pretty big for us. Anyway, let's just go and invade Kafiristan, which is the final state we need in order to form Afghanistan. We're gonna delete these construction sectors we've been given by taking over these countries and replace them with building a little bit of government administrations, which will hopefully solve our small little problem of having negative 61 bureaucracy. And there goes Kafiristan, so we can just go ahead and form Afghanistan. Click there is yet more land to conquer, although we could get more prestige if you like the other one. I think that option is better because it gives us quite a few claims, I believe. Yeah, quite a few. So some of these claims might be not showing due to interests. Looks like, no, looks like they're all showing, even though we don't have interest in some areas. Oh, this is interesting. I did not know that return CBs could be used regardless of interests. It is time to invade Kalat. Return Macron to me. It's clearly my territory. Then let's also demand return Baluchistan. And, for good measure, we'll demand conquer Bombur as well, just to make the Persians extra mad at us. Because, of course, that is what we really need in the world, just more Persians mad at us. And the war is about to begin. We should be able to push on this front pretty easily with our amazing cannon artillery, which will carry us to victory with a like 5-to-1 casualty. Yeah, that's pretty insane. We're almost in Kalat. They've pushed slightly into southern or northern Baluchistan though, so we're gonna need to deal with that after we push into Kalat probably. Though I think we have the upper hand by quite a lot, even when you consider their army over there. And there goes Kalat. Now front spaghetti happens to us, you gotta love some great front spaghetti, but I don't love it, even though I said that. So am I really being honest? The answer is no, I'm not. And there goes Macron from the map. Now let's go ahead and get a free state from Kandahar to complete the state. Well, we actually are going to need to take treaty ports from Oman after, but that's not relevant. There goes Kandahar. Well, the remnants of Kandahar. Kandahar used to be much bigger, but Persia had something to say about that. I've just swapped up to the better bureaucracy PM, but we're just having huge problems employing the bureaucracy plants. So things aren't being too well. Oh, we've got a paper shortage now that we've swapped this over, so let's start importing paper from the Brits or something. Paper shortage. We've unlocked line infantry, the greatest technology in all of Victoria 3. Well, maybe not the greatest, but it's a very great tech. There's this 25 defense. We're gonna massively increase our army power projection to rival that of the Persians. Actually, I'm gonna go academia as my next tech so we can try to get that wealth education access, because I would quite like a little bit more literacy in our country. It is time for a great invasion of Sind, because it's one of the states we need, and we need to get to Bawalpur before India, so it would be nice to have a connection to Bawalpur in time to conquer them. So yeah, we're gonna take Sind out here. Okay, easy pushes into Sind. How do they have 15 defense? What are they doing? They have line infantry. How is their defense so bad? It doesn't make sense. And the final battle for Sind. Wow, it ended so fast I couldn't even complete my sentence. We just became a major power, so we now have the ability to earn recognition if we want. So our money situation is not exactly good. It's in fact terrible. So we're going to try to find something to solve that. Tax opium, low gov wages, medium military wages. Okay, I'm going up a tax level to save us from bankruptcy, because bankruptcy is bad. Oh, also we should privatize buildings. That would actually give us a lot of money. There's a giant revolt of India's subjects, along with China supporting them, so it's very Jover for India, I think. Unless China just isn't on the front, I don't see the way that India is going to be able to clutch up this game. Let's take a look. They're winning that battle. There's so many more battles happening though. I don't know what's happening to those battles. Looks like they're instantly appearing and then disappearing, so I don't know what's going on. But it looks like India is just kind of being destroyed because the troop count is just so bad for them, so I don't see any way that they can possibly win. Maybe they can stop a couple of them from getting independence, but it seems like it's going to be real tricky to solve the problem. Wait, why do we have subsidies on random industries like I don't remember putting these subsidies. What in the world? Huh? Why am I subsidizing every industry in my country? I'm just supposed to be subsidizing the artillery foundry. Um, did I misclick when trying to privatize? That's so dumb. So, yeah, our deficit is just growing, which is not good. I'm going to try to create a construction sector so that hopefully our private queue can start privatizing stuff. Okay, that's a huge injection of money. That's so much money that just got injected. We just drained the entire private queue instantly. Well, that's pretty nice, not having to deal with all that pesky. Uh, yeah, saved actually a ton of bureaucracy from not owning those buildings as well, so we can actually implement some trade routes. I think let's start out by trying to export grain and see if we can trigger corn laws, because that would be pretty nice if we can succeed in triggering corn laws, although I'm not quite sure if we have enough possible trade routes. No, looks like we're not quite there. Can we swap up the PM here? Give minus 120 grain. That should get us far enough. So we can now trigger corn laws. Yep, there we go. Let's change the PM back and then cancel all of our grain trade routes that we've created. Because, yeah, we don't want to export grain. That would lower our SOL. Hey, we've passed the Khalsa Raj in GDP. Pretty nice. Oh, the actual Hindustan revolt is now happening. If you can see, looks like a couple are just already free. Yeah, a couple are just seemingly already free, unless these guys are trying to be annexed in the play. But they are? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I guess that they're just not actually. Huh? This doesn't make sense. Maybe the other independence war was actually lost by them. Oh, whatever. I wonder how India's army is doing, because that's going to be kind of a big factor in this war. Looks like it's doing actually decent. We'll see how things go, I guess. Get a good old Sind national movement. It'll be fine. Who cares about the Sindhis anyway? Okay, I see Bawalpur is owned by Hindustan here. This is completely unacceptable. We need to conquer Bawalpur. No, you don't get to just take Bawalpur for free from that Hindustan event somehow. What? Like, this doesn't make any sense. We need to dodge this civil war somehow by going cultural exclusion so that we can annex Bawalpur. Please, just let me get Bawalpur. It's all I want, okay? Just give me Bawalpur. In fact, we can sway the East India Company to our side. No, we don't want to give them Sind. That would be not good. I'm gonna add Mughal war reps in the hope that it gets them to back down, because they have quite a big low confidence value, so potentially this could get them to back down, which would be amazing for us. Um, we'd very much prefer for them to simply back down, please. Please just back down. They don't have to worry about who enforces first or anything. Come on. No, you don't back down. Okay. That's not very nice, You could have just not you could have just backed down, bro. Okay? It would have been much simpler if you had simply backed down. Let's see what happens, I guess. We'll wait it out and see. Oh, okay, we get Bawalpur. Good. Nice 20% loyalty to Kabulistan. I think that might have stopped some turmoil which was previously there. Although maybe there's still too much turmoil there, I guess. Oh yeah, they're still barely above the turmoil threshold. To be clear, the reason we needed Bawalpur is it's a split state in Punjab, which is one of the states we need. Actually, we're much closer to the goal than I realized, so actually getting recognized seems like kind of a waste of time. We barely, I'm pretty sure, just don't have enough infamy to do it right now. So we're just gonna start by declaring some wars, I think, with the first war we declare being take this treaty port from Oman, which they just accept the demand of. Big nice, one less state that we need now. Let's do a quick little war against the Consolidating. This is going to give us a ton of infamy, but it's going to be very, very worth it. We're going to take off some of the decrees real quick so we can use that extra authority to enlistment efforts in these three states, and then use those enlistment efforts to get tons of conscripts, which should be very useful for winning us this war, hopefully. Mobilize these three generals. I think there's a hotkey that lets you mobilize quickly, but I don't know it, so can't really do it if we don't know it, right? Now we're on the final day of escalation. While we can still add war goals, we're going to return Sikh Pashtunistan and conquer Kashmir, since these are the war goals we are going to need from them. We're also going to remember to go on the defensive, or else we're going to have pretty big problems with dying. Dying is not good, so we want to try to avoid that if possible. Okay, they're gonna start pushing soon, so let's see how they go. Easy win, easy win. Gonna need to keep them in these battles. Get more wins and more wins. Big nice, just gonna keep those up. They just keep attacking us and they keep getting defeated, so slowly their manpower is going to go down. Oh, they won a battle against us, but they're not winning most of the battles still, so we should be pretty good. The Sikhs are running huge debt to sustain this war, 1.68 million debt. They're gonna go bankrupt somewhat soon, actually, because interest rates on unrecognized regional powers are insane. Like, let's look at our interest rate real quick. 33%. It's absurd. Okay, we're going to turn on extra supplies because it'll give us a pretty large boost to our stats, which might be difference maker in being able to defend more of these goals more effectively. Just finished passing cultural exclusion, so now we're going to get the armed forces into government and start passing professional army, make them, which will give us that 10% offense and defense bonus. We've taken off a ton from the front to get them to keep pushing us, which is very nice for us that they're continuing to push us. Due to this, we're draining their manpower very well. They're nearly below like 30k manpower, which is gonna be very bad for them once we put the rest of our soldiers on the front. Okay, let's put them all back now. Let's go for a push. They do not stand a chance against our push. Let's go pillage actually on that guy along with you. See how some offensive battles can go for us. Looks like we lost that one, but we're winning the one in Pashtunistan very nicely. Okay. Let's see. How can we do pushes? Another battle into Pashtunistan that is a clear victory, and we get a battle in Punjab that's a victory. Yep, the front is now overwhelmingly in our favor. Big nice. Landowners petition government. No. How could you do this to landowners? It's so over, Kalsaraj. Just give while you still can, you fool. You can't give up, but that doesn't matter. Just give up anyway. Give me Jammu. We want that as a strategic objective. It's all that matters. Taking the state won't affect capitulation. And the Sikhs are nearly capitulated. That's an insane 22 capitulation per tick. Crazy. So that's our eastern flank secured. Next war, Chitral. It should be a pretty easy war for full annex. We just need some more states because these states are split states of Punjab and Kashmir, which are states that we need in order to form, or not to form, to get the achievement. And there goes Chitral. The last remnants of the Eastern Front are now done. I accidentally had the AI behavior on lenient and AI aggression on low for this run. I mean, this technically isn't cheating. As you can see, achievements are still available. But, I mean, this is kind of cheating, so yes. Sorry, I didn't notice this. If you want to try to replicate this run without those, what I'd recommend is using liberating Hazaristan from yourself after you kill Kandahar, or when you're trying to kill Kabul, and giving it all your states except for Herat, and then that way Persia will not be allowed to join in for Return Herat because your only state will be that, and your war reps will already be against you. So it'll be invalid to add another war goal against you, I think. Anyway, we're going to declare war on Persia for Khorasan because I've tested this, and at least with lenient AI, even though Russia says they would join, they have no war goals they want from us, so they're not actually going to join against us. Free Khorasan, which is one of the remaining states we need. The hardest part is going to be taking this tiny bit of Bukhara because that's guaranteed by Russia. Easy battles into Khorasan, easy battles into Bampur as well. Okay, we're going to declare on Bukhara and then peace out with Persia to keep our conscripts mobilized. We're going to try our very best to defeat Bukhara. The Russians are busy in another war, so maybe they won't send over too much, and we will hopefully just be able to steamroll through Bukhara before they can arrive with too many soldiers to stop us. Maybe they don't do that though, so we just gotta hope. And with that, we have completed the achievement. If we go scroll down, to, what's it called? Duran Duran, you can see if we hover over, there's nothing that we do not have. Yeah, there's nothing we are missing, so that means that we would have unlocked the achievement if we didn't already have it. Well, that's the end of the video, so goodbye.